Good morning, Stampers. It is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. This wonderful, well, it's not snowing anymore, but kind of cold and yesterday snowy day, October 21st. So I hope you're all doing fabulous. I shared that picture yesterday and asked you to guess what we were doing today. So a couple of you guessed it right, and then we did a little drawing this morning. Allison did it. The Snowflake Splendor Suite is what we are sharing. Because we got snow here yesterday, and you know, our Monday Holiday Club class was using that suite, and I was just thinking like proactive, like let's get ready for Christmas, right? And not that I was thinking that we needed to be having snow already. So let me just get with it here. Hold on. I hope I hit the play button. I did, so it says we're live. Let's hope we're live in the right place. This always takes so darn long. So, and you know, maybe you guys aren't quite ready for me to be here yet because I'm early. I started 1 minute early. Can you believe that? That like never happens. So let's see here. That's not me. All right, hold on. My internet has been a little bit crazy. Okay, it's showing I'm here. All right, so must be here. Like I said, maybe you guys weren't ready for me because I was actually on time today. And yeah, it's not showing up in my feed at all. Crazy. Am I on my personal page? Oh goodness, maybe I am. Maybe I better check that out. I might have to start this over, ladies. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I was on my personal page. There's been worse things that have happened. No, I'm right where I should be. Okay, I'm just going to look at it from here. Yes, oh yes. So since I'm early, I guess I can talk a little longer. Yes, look at my new t-shirt. I got this the other day or a couple weeks ago. It's a logo item that demonstrators can order, and it is so comfortable. It's like not a regular cotton shirt. It's like that looser material. It's a little bit thin, more thin, you know, so it's perfect. I love it. And actually, normally I'd have a sweater on, but I've been running around so crazy that I was really warm actually today. And so, oh, the dog's down here. I don't know if you can see her. But anyway, so Snowflake Splendor Suite is what we are talking about today. Because we got snow here in Minnesota. Like I was saying, I planned the class on Monday for that. And then, gosh, 9 inches of snow, I think. I don't know exactly what I got here, but I heard some of my relatives that live, you know, in towns close to here were posting on Facebook. 9 inches in October. Like, it's too soon for this. But, you know, whatever. It was really pretty, though. So we do have that going. And this suite today is beautiful. It is so gorgeous. And let's see, so before we get started, because these are hard to share, I'm just going to give a quick overview of another project. So we made this one last week. I'm going to share this, or not share, it's already there. I'm going to leave the measurements and the picture for these boxes in this week's weekly email. So that way, if you didn't get a chance to subscribe to my email list, you can still do that and get the measurements for this cute tower of boxes that we made last week. And you can go back and watch that video too. But they were super fun. You can also check out the video on YouTube. If you just search my name, Tammy Nelson, I believe it comes up. So yeah, so this was a fun project. So I thought, since it's snow here, we'll just move right into continuing to use this, but include a card now that you could include for someone that you're going to gift this little cute box set to. So let's get started right away. Because I did say today was going to be rather quick. And since I was on time, chances are I'm probably missing some things that I need here. So yeah, right before we started here, I do a weekly Cafe Crafter update in our Facebook group, and I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I have been working on the cards for that fundraiser and their retreat that is this weekend. And so I was just out of time yesterday. So I just did it right before here. I did it at 10:30 this morning. And then moving right into this. But if you saw that video before, does our stamp cut emboss machine not just look amazing with this suite? I mean, I just want to set it on the shelf and look at it. like it's a home decor piece, I think. You know, you put it with the card and then you sprinkle some of this beautiful ribbon around it, add some gems, and I think that's how I'm going to start decorating. It's just with my Stampin' Up! Sweets because everything coordinates so well. Better than what I can decorate. In fact, we finished our living room, well, when we finished our basement a year ago, and it's still, I don't have one decoration in there yet on the shelves that I bought this beautiful entertainment center. So I think maybe I'll put this up there. I mean, no one will notice, right? Okay, so this is what we're going to make today. Like I said, a very simple fun fold. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. And I have 2 envelopes. So like I said, chances are, who knows where my stuff is today? I don't know. I'm already not finding my adhesive. So just keep looking at that pretty project while I find my adhesive today. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I think I have everything that I need. But if not, we'll just wing it as we go. All right, so Snowflake Splendor Suite, something I'd like to point out with this is our beautiful designer series paper. I talked about this many times with this suite, how wonderful this one is to use because all of these papers coordinate, or, you know, they're similar enough. If you want to make numerous of a certain card, you can, and you can use any of these papers and you're going to have success. So they're all similar enough to make multiples of the same design and not have any trouble, you know, having success. And if you didn't subscribe to my email list yet, make sure you do because I have this beautiful One Sheet Wonder tutorial that I'm going to be sharing. If you ordered this month's class, let me get it actually. And I don't know if it's all here. So if you ordered this month's Snowflake Splendor class, you're going to get this email to you late tonight, possibly tomorrow morning. I got called into my other job to work this evening, so it is going to go out this evening, the email. But everybody else, if you didn't order that class and you're loving these cards in this suite, be sure to subscribe to my email list because I am going to be sharing this beautiful tutorial with you in a couple of weeks. So it's a One Sheet Wonder. Look, I'm just going to give you a glance at it. It does have the supply list of everything, but look at how easy that is to follow. And then beautiful, this tutorial is just second to none. So I helped write it up, and then my friend Gail, who is a graphic designer, put it together. I mean, this is, just join the email list to get this tutorial. It is so pretty. I would print it off and just look at it. And so those that got the class, you will be able to print this off because the email will go out this evening. Everyone else, make sure to subscribe to that email list so you don't miss out on anything. I do share one tutorial every single week, but in probably about 2 to 3 weeks, this whole tutorial will get shared with you. So you'll have 9 card designs that you will be able to create from that tutorial. And those are some of my favorite things to do is these One Sheet Wonders. And this is the best one I have seen yet and used. All right, so now we should probably make a card. Oh, the last thing I need to talk about, I do have one more thing to kind of touch on, is the paper in this suite. So not only did I want to tell you about how it coordinates throughout, you know, each sheet of it, but it's also on sale right now. So it's part of the 15% off Designer Series paper sale that goes through next Saturday, so October 31st, along with many other ones as well. I am going to add on another special. I have to change up my order special. So my order special for probably about the last 2 months has been, you get 10 free greeting cards with any purchase. Guess what? I'm almost out of greeting cards. Like I'm really reaching to find some more because of this card fundraiser, and I've just been sending out a lot of them. So the new special for right now, for a couple of weeks, it's going to end on the 31st too, and then I'll announce something else. I will still be sending cards. I will just be sending 5, but instead of the other 5 cards, which you're going to get, this is awesome, awesome, awesome. You are going to get 1 retired embellishment, not necessarily this one, just one that I have. So you're going to get a retired embellishment, a $5 to $10 value, and then you're going to get a brand new one. Also, maybe not this one, but one with a $5 to $10 value too. So you're going to get, with your any order that's over $50, you are going to get a super huge bonus. It's probably a $15 to $25 value depending on which embellishment you get. I will just pick them at random for any order placed with me. So that is going to be the new order special until October 31st. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, I will share some links after I'm done with the video today where it'll go directly to the host code so you don't have to remember a thing. And you'll be able to, you can check out all of those designer series papers. So you'll save on that too. So let's get started. Now that I chit-chatted for quite some time. So what I have here is our card supplies for today. I'm going to actually cut these for us when we get to that part as well. So I already have these cut out or die cutted. I don't know, die cutted, cut out, whatever. They're done. They're ready. Okay. So I am going to show you, I use the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and these are the dies that I used on the entire One Sheet Wonder. So if you took a glance at that or you maybe ordered it, these Stitch So Sweetly dies work wonderful for this One Sheet Wonder. And you can sub out this paper for anything that you would like to use. It does not have to be this Snowflake Splendor paper to be successful. It is so easy to use. All right, so the Stitch So Sweetly dies, I used the largest one. Do you see how cute that is? And then I'm just going to layer them together. But let's not do that yet. Let's just set that aside. And of course, I've already pre-cut out some snowflakes. And let me show you some of the other ones in there. So here are some of the other snowflakes. And look at how many of these I have left over. If anybody sees my husband, do not tell him that any of these were left over because he cut all of these out. So, I mean, give a like to that. What a guy, huh? He wanted to hang out with me on Sunday. He had been at a barbecue competition. He came home. I said, I got all these snowflakes to cut out. I need like 150 sparkle snowflakes cut out. And I didn't really count. So, well, I kind of did. So I knew that I had enough and he was still cutting. So I just let him keep cutting. So don't anybody tell him that. All right. All right. So this video, just like all the other ones, is a prize patrol as well. So make sure to like, share, comment, and you'll be entered in for a prize patrol. And I'm a little behind on my prize patrols, but I have all the post-it notes shared with everybody's names, and I'll be getting caught up on those next week too after I get this retreat out the door and get a little bit caught up here. All right, so I have a regular standard base. It is 8.5 by 5.5, so I've already cut it. So actually, if you take one sheet of white paper, you can get 2 out of it. So you just cut it right down the middle at 5.5. Now, if you'd like to score, you could score this at 4 1/4. And let's go ahead and just fold that over. Now, this is where it gets real simple. Real super simple. Silly simple, let's call it. Okay, so then let's go here. So see, we just have a regular card. Regular card. Just flip, flip, regular. Okay, but now let's just make it a little fancy. So I would, if I would have seen this card, this one, see, when I first started, I would have thought this was way too hard. I would not have made it because it's just like, wow, that's really difficult. How do you do those fancy folds, right? Super easy. Look at that. Regular card, flip it back. You're done. That's it. That's all you have to do. How easy is that? And now you have a fancy fold. But now, okay, that might be too easy for you. So if you don't want it to be quite that easy, let's take it a little bit farther. We already have that piece cut. And I'm going to try to remember my measurements here because I'm not good with measurements. I'm good with telling you what notch to go to, not necessarily the measurements. All right, so here we go. We're going to stick our piece of paper right onto our scoring board, our Simply scoring board. And then I'm going to score it first at the 4 1/4. So that's going to be the fold. That's going to be our basic fold. But now we have to make this other fold. So if you don't want to just fold it over like I did, what you can do is you're going to go 2, and I believe this is 1/16. Can someone help me out there? 2, 1 notch. That's it. Okay. 2 and 1 notch, because that's going to be half of this. So now we're exactly half. So 2, I believe it's 1/16. So if anybody is correct with their ruler terms, oh shoot, I'm seeing you guys asking about my husband cutting. Do not tell him that I told you that either, because he does not let me take any pictures when he helps me. So he said he'll help as long as I don't take pictures. So, don't bring it up. Otherwise he might stop helping me. Anyways, okay, so 2 and 1/16. Okay, that's all you have to do, and we're done. Or, like I said before, you simply just fold it in half and then fold it back. So the most simple, fancy fold, 2 and 1/8. Thank you, Mary Alice. Yeah, see, I just say one little notch, a small notch. So as long as we get to the end game, right? That's what's important. All right, so now we have our card bases set up. And so this is where that is also going to be a measuring game with our paper. So I'm going to bring in this lovely Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. And now because, you know, it's kind of I want it to be a 1/4 inch down on here. So when I put it here, I want it to be exactly a 1/4 inch around, you know, my layering. So what I'm going to do here, if you wanted to, you could just do a 2 by 5 1/4. But I don't want that, so I'm going to show you here. So I did go 5 1/4 this way. So you could get a lot out of one sheet of paper too. So 5 1/4, so that's going to be our long way here. And then what we need to do, because remember we did 2 1/8 or 2 a notch, we need to just make that a 1/4 inch smaller. So now, someone help me out here, it is going to be a notch down. So 1, and I believe it's 7, is it 7/16? So if someone is good with their measuring, I just do a notch. But I believe it's 7/16. I could look at my tutorial. I have it all written correctly in the tutorial. But yeah, so I'm liking that a few other people are saying they're bad with it too. So yes, I typically always work in quarters, except for when I do this fancy fold. And then I don't even really look at the measurements. So 7/8. Okay, I'm just totally confused. So just go down a notch from 2. So Mary Alice, you're a rock star. Thank you for sharing this. So as long as I'm cutting here, I'm just going to cut the whole darn thing, and then I don't have to worry about it. So I'm hoping that, oh, maybe it's not showing. I should have it so that you can see where I'm at. And look at all these cards I'm going to have ready then. That's kind of like during the virtual party when I made all my Christmas cards. You guys thought that you were watching a nice card demonstration, which you were, but I was also doing it so that I could get all my Christmas cards done. It was holding me accountable. Okay. And so now we have our card base. Very easy to finish off here. We will bring in our adhesive. And apply that, because let's get that piece out of the way. And then I think just to make it nice and pretty, I am going to put a little sliver here. I should cut that down. Let's just put a real small 1-inch piece there. So something really nice about, maybe it's hard to show without having to mess up my camera angle. Something really nice about our paper trimmer is the cutting small pieces. So I can set that in there and cut a nice small piece without any trouble. Let me cut one more of these down to 1 inch since I have them all cut. And it stays in place nice. And then I should show too. So I've used this quite a bit, but I didn't, so you can go bigger here too. So if you do, you know, scrapbook pages or, you know, bigger card measurements, obviously you need more than just 6 inches. We do go up to 17. And so if you don't have a paper trimmer, it is a very nice one to have. All right, so let's finish putting this in. So I just have a 1-inch strip here that we're gonna use to decorate our card. I'm gonna just put these on to basically move them out of the way so we don't lose them. And, oh, there we go. Let me take it off of there. And so as you see with my measuring there, you know that you don't have to be perfect to have a successful stamped card, because I'm not very great with measurements and I figure it out. I use my ruler quite a bit. I have a few of them laying around, and I just use that and then I just replicate it if I don't remember. Or I do make sure I get it correct on the tutorial. So it is correct there. Oh, I did that one wrong. I guess I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed the leftover one. Here, let's grab the right one. All right, there we go. I don't know where that other one came from. Who knows? I was making quite a few snowflake cards, so maybe it came from somewhere else. And so if you are in this area, I know there's a bunch of you that watch from southern areas, because I was talking to somebody and they said they were going to be going to the beach, which I was quite jealous of. And but if you're in this area, I'd love to know how much snow that you had wherever you live, because in areas around here, there was up to 9 inches. Isn't that just crazy for October. All right, so now what we have here is a couple of our Stitch So Sweetly dies. We're going to do just a little bit of stamping today with our Snowflake Splendor, Snowflake Wishes actually is what the stamp set is called. So many nice sayings on this one too, and all the different snowflakes. So the die cuts are beautiful. The stamp set is beautiful, so you can get it as a bundle. You do save 10% when you do that. Or you can just buy the stamps or just the dies. So if you want to do just projects with just snowflakes, you can just purchase the dies or them or separate. But I love the sayings on this, so I would definitely recommend getting both. And then of course you could get the ink and the paper as well. And remember, I'll send a free embellishment too with any order over $50. So you'd get a couple embellishments too if you'd like to order this set. All right, so I have my two things. I'm going to say, may your season sparkle. I'm using Pacific Point ink, which is not an ink I had used very often. In fact, I think this one might have been brand new. I have that inked up nice, and it is a photopolymer, which I like for this one. And I am using my foam mat because I'd like to give it a little bit of cushion. And as you see, this is probably exaggerating a little bit, but I do like to let it sit on my paper, let that ink soak in. And then maybe it's just a little more magical too when you pull that up, because you just have this beautiful crisp image too. And let's do that one more time. Over here, since we got 2 card setups, we might just as well make 2 cards today. All right, so looks like everybody got between like over 8 inches in this area. Absolutely crazy. Our leaves haven't even fallen off of most of our trees yet. So we still have, I mean, I'm sure we'll still get some nice days. So we still have a whole bunch of raking and lawn work to do before we're ready for winter. All right, I'm going to close that up to move it out of the way as I don't get my fingers all inky. And you know, something else I should get that I have one right behind me, is since I am doing these snowflakes, I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet to do some adhesing, adhering on. So I'm really in it with making up these words today. And I do have a variety of adhesives out again today. Many different ways to do this project. You know, if you have one, it would work. You can make whatever you have work. As you see, that snowflake does cut out very nice with our Stamp Cut Emboss machine. As my husband said, it cut out fine. And this is on that beautiful sparkly balmy blue glitter paper. And so I'm going to use this craft sheet so that I don't get adhesive on my background here. And I'm just using our liquid glue. I'm just going to put a little on there. And then if I do get adhesive on here, I can wash this. So that's what I like about using the craft sheet. And let's just place that snowflake right in the center. And now, see, this is why I had him cut out all those extras, because I decided to make a second card here. And those 2 snowflakes are alike, so I'm going to use a different snowflake on that second card. So there's 2 different sizes of larger snowflakes. I should have done the die cutting. Oh, our dog is just whining. She wants some attention today. Oh, let me get her out of here. Hold on. Molly, come here. Molly, come on. Allison. Grab Molly, please. Can you call her, please? Okay, sorry about that. I don't know if she's going to go or not. She's following me back in here. I asked Allison is home doing virtual learning today, so I asked her to get her, but she followed me back. I don't know. She follows me everywhere. Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, no 2 snowflakes are alike, so I have 2 different sizes here that I'm going to place on there. And so that's also nice with this suite if you're making multiples. I don't remember. So these are different snowflakes too. So you can cut out a lot at a time. And so they're just slightly different, but all very beautiful and kind of intermingle very well with each other. Okay, and so what I'm going to do here, because this is pretty small, all I'm gonna do on this one is I'm gonna get a mini glue dot, which of course I don't have that sitting here either. Or not. I guess I'm just gonna cut one in half. I don't know where my minis went. I know I have a ton of them. Hold on. This will drive me bonkers. All right, why don't I just open a package of mini glue dots? Okay, so sorry for the delay. I'm just letting you look at these pretty snowflakes. So I'm gonna get the mini glue dots. They do have 3 in a package, so you know, your average stamper, this would last you a long, long time. And so what I'm gonna do here, and you're wondering like, gosh, won't you see that? You won't. I'll show you why not. And so that's all I'm gonna put on there to adhere that. And then I'm gonna put that right in the center. I'm gonna actually off-center it a little bit. Beautiful, just like so. And then I'm gonna also do the same thing on the other side. And look at how pretty that is. And then we just have to attach these together because we need some dimension here. So that's why I have 2 of the Stitch So Sweetlies. And we're going to add some ribbon just to add another little touch of splendor to this card. And this ribbon is a little bit more stiff, so it was a little bit more difficult to tie a bow with. If you're not, I don't want to say a professional bow tire, but cheapers. I'm getting messy here. It was a little bit more stiff, so on a project like this, it was what I like to do is just tie a knot. There's no problem with that. And I'll tie a bow with it too so you can see. It's not difficult. I shouldn't have said that it's difficult. Just for this particular project, this worked much better. So just so I can just see a little sneak of a ribbon outside of my card. See, I put a glue dot there so that it's going to stay in place when I want to tie this. Let me move that up where I want it to go. That's what's kind of nice about these little stitch things too. You can kind of use it as like a little notch to hold your ribbon. All right, and I just am going to want it to sneak out the edge, and so you're not going to see a lot of it. I'm not going to quite trim it down until I have it ready to go. And, oh, well, why not? I will. I always change my mind. I don't know how I did it originally. That was like 2 weeks ago that I made the card sample, so who knows what I did then. And one other adhesive I have to grab. And this you could use your regular tape runner, but I'm just going to show just a couple different ways I like to do things. That's why I wanted to grab that other one. And so now I'm going to use the regular size dimensionals because this is a larger area. If you only had the minis, that would work fine. So if you want to just get one and you do a lot of small projects, I would get the minis so that, you know, you have them. But you can use the bigger ones then, like this is fine. 4 is good. You could also cut them in half too. So to have all of them is best, but if you don't, one or the other you can make work. And then you see, because that ribbon is sticking up a little there, I should have had it more flat. That's why it's going to be nice to use dimensions on this. And let's get the little knot over a little bit farther. And I'm just going to adhere that. So as you see, you just see that little bit out the edge. It just adds a nice little touch to the card. And then what I'm going to do, because I have that ribbon, I want to make sure that this card is going to stay real nice. And I'm only putting adhesive on one little part of the card because it is that fancy fold. So of course we're not going to put it all the way around, which if you've made any cards with this kind of fold, you know you've done it, admit it, that where you put adhesive on there. And then what you have to do to make up for it is you have to cut out another one of these and then you have to go like this so that it won't all stick together because you've put adhesive on the spot that didn't need it. And if you haven't done that, then you haven't made enough cards because it's bound to happen. It's just out of habit. In fact, I was just telling that to someone the other day. I've done this card design and made them for like a swap where I'm going to make 50 of them. And then before I know it, I'm on like the 44th card and I hadn't messed anything up and then I mess it up, or like on the last one and then I got to go cut another one. Anyway, so here we go. And that's gonna finish that off. Isn't that so pretty? And actually not quite. I got to show you about that glue dot. So I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool, make my putty come up a little bit. And then, because, you know, it does blend in quite nice, but I can take one of these blue adhesive-backed sequins or rhinestones and place it right in the center. And that will polish off that card. And then one last thing, if you really want to get fancy, you can add some Wink of Stella to the blue. And we could have done this before, but I thought of it after the fact when I made my cards originally. So I thought, well, I'll do it after the fact now too, as just an option to add even a little bit more sparkle, because the snowflakes sure do sparkle. You know, maybe you don't live in a cold climate that gets snow, but if you're watching this Facebook Live, you probably know some people that do. Or maybe your friends there would just get a kick out of a nice snowflake card. Snowflakes are pretty no matter where you live. And even prettier probably for those of you who don't live where we got 9 inches of snow yesterday. So isn't that just so sparkly and nice? Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's quick finish off the other card and then we will wind down for the day. That's going to be all I have for today. Trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to share. I don't think that there is. I think that's going to be it for today. I did say today was going to be a little bit shorter. I don't know how much shorter I'm running. Shorter than last week because we made those awesome boxes that I showed at the beginning here. And again, the Tower of Boxes measurements are going to stay on this week's weekly email. I'll put a new tutorial up there too, but you may want to check it out. And they were just so pretty. I wouldn't want anyone to miss out on that. And also it was designer series paper and adding a tag, and you've got like the cutest gift packaging ever. And like I said, I think I'm going to use them to decorate. Okay, so let's just add a glue dot. We're just doing the same thing, kind of on repeat here. Any ribbon for this project would work. Any designer series paper. This is a layout, kind of a go-to layout that I like to use. All right, and let's just give that another tie. Simple, simple knot. Well, that's what I was going to show you. Let me just show you the bow. Because I made the mistake and said it was hard to tie a bow. It's not hard to tie a bow. This is just a little bit more stiff. So actually for packaging and things, this is a very nice ribbon to use. And it's got that nice sparkle on it. All right, so there we go. So see there, we have a little, I like to say like a support ribbon. And now I'm going to go behind and then through this way. And then before I like fold it tight, I'm going to just kind of maneuver it to how I want it to look. And then I'm going to fold it into place. Don't go chintzy on your ribbon when you're trying to make a bow. If you order a whole package of this, you have 10 yards. That's 30 feet of ribbon, okay? So give yourself some grace and give yourself enough room. If you got to cut off that little end there, you got to cut off that little end. It's not the end of the world. Because at the end of the day, then you're going to have a beautiful bow. And you're still going to have, let's see, you're still going to have 28.5 feet of ribbon. So you can get a lot of bows out of one roll of ribbon. And see how nice that is. So there's another beautiful bow. So it does tie a lovely, lovely bow. Just for this area, I wanted to just do a knot. So you can do a knot, a bow. Let me see. I think I have one other card. Yeah, let's show this card. So this card here, I didn't do a bow at all. I just went around the back. And so there's many different ways to use ribbon to add dimension and glimmer and sparkle and glitz and glam to your projects without having to tie a bow. So I like to give options because not all of you like to do that. All right, and there we go. Super cute. And so 1 layer is great, but 2 is better, is what I like to say. 3 would be even more cool, wouldn't it? All right, so here we go. And you know, the Snowflake Splendor, I'm guessing that this is not going to be the last time I bring out this suite because I gotta do a shaker card. You can't have snowflakes without a shaker card. So at some point this winter, I'm gonna have to bring this back and make a shaker card with it because we've got some fun elements that would work wonderful for a shaker. All right, so we have this nice piece. This would even work for a nice little tag, or if you wanted to make some smaller cards, this would be a beautiful front for a card, for a small card, like a note card. Gosh, I should do that. I just thought of that. Well, I already have this set up, but I don't know. Hold on. I have a note card right here. I got to see how that would look. Oh my goodness, everybody. Okay, scratch that project. This was not planned. Scratch that project. I got to make a note card because that is going to, we already have one. I already have 2 of these. I don't need another one right now, do I? I need a note card because that is going to be beautiful on a note card. Oh my. Okay, I'm not going to do the shaker right now, but I'm going to do the note card. I can't even believe this. I can't. This was not planned, everybody. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm bringing back out the paper trimmer. As you see, I'm just going to line this up. So a note card looks like it's 3.5 by 5. Okay, so then I need a quarter down from that. Let's go 3 1/4. So we got easy measurements now. 3 1/4. So this is how my room gets so messy because now I decided I got to do a note card. And 4.75 or 4 3/4. So depending on how you say it. So 4 3/4. And then look at that. I can put this on there. A note card. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I think of this before? Now I feel like I got to redo this class again. And maybe now we could do a class of note cards. We could do 10 note cards. I think there's, I don't know, 10 or 20 note cards in a package. Think of how many you could make with that paper. So maybe you want to send Christmas cards. You could do note cards instead of full-size Christmas cards as an option. This is so pretty. I get really excited when I make a new card. And I just made this. I mean, this is like the same exact thing, only I put that tag on a note card. All right, now I'm going to have a really hard time getting anything done because now I'm feeling like I want to create other things with this. So see, you start with the one sheet wonder with one project, then before you know it, you're tearing everything apart to get out other projects. But look at how cool that is. Oh, nice. So lovely. And then we have to add this. Can't forget that. And there are 2 different colors of these. That was so not planned, but I'm so glad that I thought of that. And I want that to sneak out of there a little bit and add a little Wink of Stella. Then I'll bring in all of the projects. I love this. I just love it. Oh my. Good thing I have all these extra snowflakes that my husband cut out now because I'm going to do note cards. I'm sending note cards, everybody. So make sure you participate in today's video, and I guess I'll probably send you a note card. If you have not already, make sure when I edit this post or go to the top of this page and join my email list. And in a couple of weeks, I'll be sending out that beautiful One Sheet Wonder tutorial. This week, you will get a new tutorial. I haven't decided which one I'm going to share yet today. Or tomorrow. It'll go out tomorrow. Probably later tomorrow. So usually I'm pretty good about getting our tutorial out right away in the morning, but I'm not going to have time to. So it'll be first later tomorrow morning. So you have until then to sign up for it to get it. So we added that Wink of Stella on, and that's going to polish off a totally different card with the same exact layout. So let's bring those in. Oh, so beautiful. I'm loving it. Loving it. Today's going to be a good day. Minus that snow. I think pretty much all melted off of the road, so we don't have to worry about that. But isn't this something? Oh my. Here we go. I'll put that brand new card in the center. So perfect little note card. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. I hope you guys loved it too. I do have to get up out of here and get going on the rest of my day. I went way longer than I anticipated per usual, but I get talking about the stamping and these cards, and I just can't help myself but continue to share with you. So let's bring those down. Again, I hope you enjoyed. Order special. It will be 2 free embellishments that I will send you in 5 free greeting cards, perhaps this note card. This Facebook Live today has a Prize Patrol link to it. So like, share, comment, tell me what you think about today's project and you will be entered. And let's see, this week I am going to bypass the share and show again for the second week in a row on the Friday because I do have just way too many projects going. So I will be back here live next Wednesday, October 28th. And I super am excited and look forward to sharing with you all again. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Take care.